Trump administration officials had been in discussions with Venezuela's hardline Interior Minister, Diosdado Cabello, months before the U.S. operation to seize President Nicolas Maduro, and have been in communication with him since then, according to multiple people familiar with the matter. The officials warned Cabello, 62, against using the security services or militant ruling party supporters he oversees to target the country's opposition, 4 sources said. That security apparatus, which includes the intelligence services, police, and the armed forces, remains largely intact after the January 3 U.S. raid. Cabello is named in the same U.S. drug-trafficking indictment that the Trump administration used as justification to arrest Maduro, but was not taken as part of the operation. The communication with Cabello, which has also touched on sanctions the U.S. has imposed on him and the indictment he faces, dates back to the early days of the current Trump administration and continued in the weeks just prior to the U.S. ouster of Maduro, 2 sources familiar with the discussions said. It is not clear if the Trump administration's discussions with Cabello extended to questions about the future governance of Venezuela. Also unclear is whether Cabello has heeded the U.S. warnings. He has publicly pledged unity with Rodriguez, whom Trump has so far praised. While Rodriguez has been seen by the U.S. as the linchpin for President Trump's strategy for post-Maduro Venezuela, Cabello is widely believed to have the power to keep those plans on track or upend them. The Venezuelan minister has been in contact with the Trump administration, both directly and via intermediaries, one person familiar with the conversations said. Cabello is one of a handful of Maduro loyalists Washington has relied on as temporary rulers to maintain stability while it accesses the OPEC nations' oil reserves during an unspecified transition period. But U.S. officials are concerned that Cabello, given his record of repression and a history of rivalry with Rodriguez, could play the spoiler, according to a source briefed on the administration's thinking. If and when he goes, Venezuelans will know that the regime has really begun to change, said Abrams, now at the Council on Foreign Relations think tank. Cabello has long been under U.S. sanctions for alleged drug trafficking. In 2020, the U.S. issued a $10 million bounty for Cabello and indicted him as a key figure in the Cartel de los Soles, a group the U.S. has said is a Venezuelan drug trafficking network led by members of the country's government. The U.S. has since raised the award to $25 million. Cabello has publicly denied any links to drug trafficking. In the hours after Maduro's ouster, some analysts and politicians in Washington questioned why the U.S. didn't also grab Cabello, listed second in the Department of Justice indictment of Maduro. I know that just Diosdado is probably worse than Maduro and worse than Delcy, Rep. Maria Elvira Salazar said in an interview with CBS's Face the Nation on January 11th. In the days following, Cabello denounced American intervention in the country, saying in a speech that Venezuela will not surrender.